Hi everyone. It's been a couple weeks since I've produced a video. I've been busy harvesting and canning. Fall is a strange time of year to be talking about your gardens or putting them out, but it's an excellent time to plan for the next year. My garden is about 45 feet wide and 120 feet long. Some of you will say, well, that's really kind of small. Others will say, man, that's large. It's all a matter of perspective and what you need. Reading, when I was first getting into this, a lot of books, I've run across different measurements on what a family needs, and there's all kinds of charts and numbers. A lot of it, you've got to consider the writer of that material, what part of the country or world they're from. Different areas require different things. Some areas you might need more gardens, some areas you need less. This garden will support a family of 3 easily with vegetables for a year. That's how we do it, is a year at a time, sometimes a little extra. Previously, I've had the last 2 years a garden twice the width, and it became miserable. They require a lot of maintenance. You get ideas in your head, well, I'm going to sell the extra produce. When you grow something large enough to produce a lot of extra produce, it's a full-time job. Problem is, I work a full-time job, so I've got mornings, evenings, and weekends. When a large garden gets out of hand, if you get a week of rain where you can't really get in the garden, or you've got a trip somewhere or an event you've got to go to, it doesn't take long for a large garden to get out of hand. After last year, and I had a drought which really interfered a lot, I decided I was growing way too much. I don't have time to go to a farmer's market and sell produce, so I cut the size of my garden in half. And it seems to work out rather well this year. We've got everything we need, and I can maintain it so much easier. I do have help. My wife gets in and helps me. She helps in the springtime, and she does all the canning. Things you got to look out for. She spent too much time one year out in the heat and got a heat stroke, and now she really can't handle heat very well. So you do got to watch your health. A garden can take its toll on you. If you are just looking at homesteading and supplying the food you need, look at what you really will eat. In the past, I grew like 7 zucchini plants. That's about 6 more plants than any one person really needs. Of course, you need 2 for pollination, but this year I've realized, due to where I live in Missouri, I've got enough people I'm friends with. I didn't even grow zucchini because everybody seems to want to just give it away by the bushel. I narrowed it down to just things we eat a lot of, things that store really well. By narrowing it down, that's less to take care of, less to weed. I put my rows far enough apart, depending on the size of the plants. Some rows are a little further, some are narrower, but I can run a tiller right down through the middle of them. It takes care of the majority of the weeds. You still got to go back through and pull weeds. But a garden is a learning experience. Every single year you learn something new. It can be enjoyable. The lifestyle should be enjoyable. So remember, when you're laying out your garden for the next year or planning, and I recommend strongly you plan and take a notebook, keep a record of your garden so you know how to rotate. That way next year you're not thinking, well, what did I have at the head of my garden? What did I have at the end of it? But it can be fun, but if you ain't careful, it can be so overwhelming, it'll make your life miserable. Hopefully this will give you a little heads up or hint, if you're just getting started, not to overdo it. You can just overwhelm yourself and give up. Start small. Learn what you're doing. Learn what works for you. It's better to come up a little short to begin with than to have so much and then have it go wrong. You can lose entire crops. Last year we had a drought, and it took its toll, and I had some complete crop failures on some items, successes on others. Part of it. Anyway, I hope this video will help someone who's just starting out. I mean, it's not for everyone, but good luck with your endeavors and enjoy. Thank you.